I was about to film this intro on my own, and then my superstar walked in, so. She don't give a fuck about me, but I give a fuck about her. Explain yourself. Turn around. Let them see why you're late. Let them see the crap.
I actually fucked up on this side. I was doing my weight. I was driving and doing my braids. So dangerous.
Honestly, so dangerous. So dangerous.
Explain the movement, Laura.
What up, guys? Okay, so this is a cable pullover. It's a variation on a dumbbell pullover, but a couple of cues that I see people do wrong a lot. Number one, we're gonna put our heels up here, alleviate some of the tension in the lower back, and we're actually gonna lean even further forward. So Cindy's gonna push her glutes back, and she's gonna let herself lean over. She's not gonna go all the way up to release that tension. Instead, she's gonna give her arms a slight bend, and now she's gonna pull back. This heel position is huge. It's really going to get you into that position where you can take all of the tension out of the lower back and focus on engaging upper and middle back. Other thing here, keep those hips nice and still, no rocking or hinging, none of this. We're staying nice and still, letting that bar pull forward and pulling back. Pullover. One of my favorite ways to start the day. We're gonna head over here to our pec deck. We're gonna use it a little differently to warm up the upper middle back. Check this out. So the benefit of the pec deck is I'm gonna be allowed to create stability within the machine. So I am moving the weight and the weight isn't moving me. So I'm creating stability by driving my knee into the machine, bracing. I'm gonna come back here. Key when it comes to back, wherever your elbow is what you're hitting. So if I keep that elbow low, that's low lat. If I keep that elbow really high, that's rear delt. So what I'm going for here is upper middle back. So I'm gonna keep that elbow right in the middle of the back and pull back. So we're here, hand goes here. I'm gonna warm things up. Key cues. Number one, I'm pulling back with my elbow, not my hand. So I'm not extending like a tricep kickback. Instead, I'm letting that elbow drive. And this kind of movement is gonna let me put a lot of weight on that middle back when normally that's a pretty hard area to hit. My lady. Dumbbell row here, but we're gonna add in our bench for a bit of stability to keep from the hips rocking, to keep us from overarching or letting the weight pull us forward. Again, bracing against an object so that we move the weight instead of letting the weight move us. Goal here, extend nice and long, get a nice stretch, and pull back to the lower lat spot in the hip. Remember, where that elbow travels is what you're gonna hit. So the lower that hand goes, the lower that elbow falls, the lower the lat is gonna be. This shit'll fuck you up.
Isn't that right, Isaiah?
He's waiting to take a shit. That someone left in the toilet that Cindy had to deal with? Do you? Can you? Can you put that on YouTube? Go in there and then bleep it out.
Okay.
Is it there?
It's not that bad.
Yeah, because why hasn't it moved?
You what?
I flushed it 5 times and it stayed there as a rock.
Cindy, you took a fat shit.
Fuck you.
Yeah, was it you?
It was her. She was trying to cover up.
Sometimes it just flows out.
Hell no, I don't do that shit in public.
Recording live from Pool Culture, the game of whodunit. We're gonna get you. We know. This is also going to be a fitness channel where we normalize cellulite, rolls, and being sweaty as fuck during workouts. So it's all cool if you want to be a pretty bitch in here, do your thing. But if you don't want to be a pretty bitch and you just want to be a bad bitch, this is your channel.
So annoying.
That's why you took the shit, right?
Phil, stop. I didn't take a shit.
There was a filthy shit in there, wasn't there?
Yep.
Zoo culture has become poo culture. Something's stuck in there, and people are scared. We've seen like 8 people come out of there scared. I think it's just rocking back and forth. So you see people kip for momentum a lot, but the more straight that we can be, just like every other movement, the more we're gonna move the weight into us and not us into the weight. So you can see here, this is a good pull down. She's nice and stationary. She's squeezed. She's retracted her scaps. Cindy, can you do 2 bad reps? And then we've got bad reps here. Yeah. See that swing and the choke is forward instead of using the back?
So why is that bad?
Well, it's not bad per se, but you're losing a lot of the isolation and the focus on that muscle that you could have had if you just stayed a bit more stationary. All the time, almost all of the time, the goal with isolation work and training is to really force the muscle you're targeting to do the work. And if I'm kipping backwards and moving around and wiggling around the weight, I'm letting a bunch of other muscles take over this movement. Don't waste your time in the gym, isolate. The queen of the channel. This is why we call it zoo culture. You're so beautiful. Say hi to YouTube. Say hi to YouTube. Look. What up, guys? That's another day with us. Back day, crush. Implement some of those movements if you really want to focus on your back. Don't forget, control the weight. Today was sick. Come back and join us again. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and live fucking giant. Let's go.